Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I'm Mike Briggs, the host of the show. And this show's business, events, cool people, cool things going on. And, we're having a lot of changes this year because we just had elections, and a lot of the seats of people from Congress to local offices have changed. And we've invited Sarah Hacker in. She is the district attorney of Kings County. Congratulations, by the way.
Why, thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, you've been in office about how long?
About a week.
About a week. Oh, my goodness. Now, it's a big job. I mean, DA, people don't realize, is that a state constitutional office or is it a county created office?
Well, it is an office that's provided under our Constitution, and then my jurisdiction is Kings County, which is to the south of Fresno.
Yeah, tell us what Hanford, what other cities would be in Kings County?
So that would be Hanford, Lemoore, Corcoran, Avenal, and portions of Layton and Kingsburg.
Yeah, people don't realize Kingsburg's in two different counties, and Layton, we don't even know where that is.
Actually,
I'm just kidding.
3 different counties.
Oh, is that right? Tulare a little bit?
A little bit Tulare, too.
Now, how big is your office? How many attorneys?
We have approximately 18 attorneys.
Wow, that's a law firm.
In many ways, yeah, it is. And then we also have an investigations bureau, and we have approximately 14 investigators. And then in addition to that, we also have our victim witness advocates, and those folks are designed to help victims go through the process of court, testifying, appearing before sentencing, and asking judges for a certain outcome to a case. So and then, of course, we have our support staff, which are so important to us, and we appreciate each and every one of them.
Oh, you have legal secretaries.
Oh, yeah.
It's a law firm. It's really a law firm, rather large law firm.
Well, actually, I'd more like to say it's a prosecution team, because it's not just attorneys prosecuting cases, but we also have other divisions in our office, and we each work together to come up with a just outcome for each and every case.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now, I was just bemoaning before we came on about my little gym bag being stolen. It was really traumatic for me.
Yeah.
But you have these advocates that work with the people, victims.
Yes.
That's got to be reassuring for them.
Yes, absolutely. So we have wonderful advocates, and they reach out and talk to victims. They educate victims on their rights. They appear with victims when they have to go to court. If the case ends up where the defendant is found guilty, then our advocates will sit down and will talk to victims and come up with a statement that explains the impact of the crime on them, so that the judges are aware that when somebody like your thief that stole your credit cards and your debit cards and whatnot, the judge understands. You have to go through and ask your credit cards or the credit company for a whole new credit cards. You may have also experienced identity theft. You had to go through the inconvenience of getting a new driver's license or a new wallet, and then you lost your money, and that might have been bus money or lunch money or your kids' school project money. So it's important for our advocates to be a part of the process, because it informs victims of what their rights are and assists them in exercising their rights.
Now, Kings County is the coolest county in the state. I mean,
Of course.
Hanford, you have Lemoore. There's no crime there, is there?
Of course there's crime there. Unfortunately, we have crime in Kings County. And before I took office, we had a very serious spat of gang-related homicides.
Gangs in Kings County?
Gangs in Kings County.
Wow.
Yes. So when I took office, one of my highest priorities was to figure out who is responsible for these homicides, as well as crime interdiction, and stopping these homicides. So one of the first things I did as the district attorney was to assign 2 of my investigators to the major crimes unit here in Kings County. And what they'll be doing is dedicating 100% of their time to fighting gangs, as well as investigating the homicides that unfortunately come with gang violence.
But now, when you say gang violence unit, is that they're working with the sheriff's department and local police departments?
So the Major Crimes Task Force is a unit that is comprised of multiple agencies. So we have people from Hanford Police Department, the Kings County Sheriff's Department, the California Highway Patrol, as well as a detentions deputy from the Kings County Jail, because it's amazing, detentions deputies, because they work in such close quarters with in custodies, they are privy to a lot of intelligence that is related to gang violence, and those people are a wonderful addition to the Major Crimes Task Force.
Now, gangs, you're having murders.
Yes.
Is it gang members killing gang members, or
Yes.
yeah, or natural citizens? Of course, we're all in the line of fire, but or what I might think of as civilians, or any of those being murdered by the gangs?
Well, I mean, the gangs are not terribly particular about who they kill. I mean, of course, they have rival gang members that they seek out and they want to attack, as well as gang members within their own gangs when they don't follow the gang rules. But every time that you have gang violence, especially in neighborhoods, you're putting all of the citizens, and particularly children, at risk. And that's why we take such a hard line when it comes to this type of behavior.
Good, good. Now, do you find state law? I know there's been a lot of laws that weaken a lot of state law. Are you running up against that? Is it affecting how you serve your community?
Unfortunately, it does, because my power derives from the California Constitution, and I have to follow the laws that are passed. And unfortunately, our state legislature has decided that they're going to decriminalize certain behaviors, and that they're going to lessen the consequence to other types of behaviors. And that makes it more and more difficult, because you're taking away tools that prosecutors can use in prosecuting cases and ensuring public safety when we finally do get a conviction.
Now, where do your convicted criminals go? They go to state prisons.
Yes, some of them do go to state prison, and unfortunately, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations will be closing 2 prisons. And they will be shutting down 6 yards.
Yeah, and I don't want to put, we try not to be too political here, but it seems like maybe the governor or someone up there in Sacramento wants to decriminalize a lot of crimes and keep people out of state prisons.
Correct. So the mentality now is to use non-custodial solutions to criminal behavior, such as substance abuse treatment, mental health treatment, probation, and then local commitments, and then state prison. And unfortunately, when the state government takes this kind of position, it gives us less discretion to decide what is appropriate. And there are just some crimes, such as murder or rape, where you should not be giving people an opportunity to undergo treatment. That should be the type of crime where do not pass go, do not collect $200, you are going straight to prison. But unfortunately, there's new laws that are being passed that weaken that system.
Yeah, that's, I was going to use the word crazy. Maybe that's not a good term, but it sounds crazy. Crazy system, yeah. Let's rehabilitate them. They're savable, I guess. I don't know. I just think there should be a line where if you cross that line, you're going to prison for a long time, maybe forever. So.
Correct. And it's not just the very serious crimes, but there's also the people that are committing crimes over and over and over again. And they've proven that they're never going to follow the terms and conditions of probation.
They've proven it.
Right. They won't rehabilitate. It doesn't matter how many drug classes they go to. They're going to still take on a life that is an illegal life, and they're going to take from others, like yourself, in losing your wallet. And they won't stop that behavior regardless of how many times they have an opportunity to get treatment or therapy.
Especially if there's no consequence.
Exactly.
No consequence. Why would you not break the law? It sounds like what the state is doing is pushing it down to the county and to the locals. They're probably giving you guys extra money to do that.
Well, we do receive money to do rehabilitative programs, and those are helpful.
Is that done by the county board of supervisors or the DA's office?
Well, the money comes to the DA's office as well as to other law enforcement agencies such as probation or the sheriff's department. And those funds are available for mental health treatment or substance abuse treatment. And there's also collaborative courts where the instead of doing a straight probation, the judge will make you undergo a certain treatment, and then you have to check in to that judge. And those are helpful, but it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of situation, and prosecutors need to have the discretion to do what is just. And right now, there's a series of laws that are being passed that take away that discretion.
I can imagine that a lot of people, many people, make a stupid mistake in their life. I've made stupid mistakes, and it's a one thing, and you face the consequences, and hopefully you learn from it. But it's not those particularly that are the problem. It's those who don't learn from it and do it again and again and again, and you can spot them. You have their records, their arrest records.
Agreed. And we also have the experience. When you handle cases and you've been a prosecutor for years, you can tell, like, this set of facts indicates that this consideration or this consequence is more appropriate.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. There are some people that just make a really dumb mistake.
Yep.
And those people should have an opportunity to rehabilitate. Yep. But it's the people that will make the mistake over and over again that tend to be the problem.
After one or two times, it's not a mistake anymore. It's your plan. You planned it.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
What would you, we're way over time. I'm only supposed to talk for so long, but you're so fascinating. I could talk to you for hours. What else do you want our viewers to know?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that I'm a public servant. I was elected by the people in Kings County, and that means that I work for them. And what is important to me is that I keep that in mind, is that I work for the people of Kings County, and I am, at their discretion, will fill the spot.
Right. 4 years, do the best job you can, and
Actually 6.
oh, it's a 6-year term.
Well, typically it's a 4-year term, but for one term, our governor has moved sheriff and district attorney elections from the governor cycle
I see, to the
to
off cycle.
the presidential cycle.
Okay.
So for this one term, it will be 6 years. And that means that I'll just have an opportunity to come to your show more often.
We'd love to, because I've learned a lot. Things I had no idea of, gangs and the murders and things like that are going on, and how serious it is, and how how government in Sacramento is handling it, and kind of dumping a lot of stuff on you, taking away some of your judgment, really.
Yeah.
And, well, thank you. Sarah Hacker. Do
Thank
we call
you.
you Madam District Attorney? District Attorney? If I see you on the street, I say, hey, District Attorney, something like that?
Sarah's fine.
Sarah, okay. That's very humble. That's very nice of you. So, and your office is in Hanford,
Yes.
and there's a courthouse there.
Yes.
Is it the old courthouse, or is there I mean, we see the thing downtown. Is that where it is?
No, we have a new courthouse. It's a 4-story building, not too
Wow.
far from our office.
A
It's
4-story building in Hanford.
Yes.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Now that's a courthouse. Is that where your offices are also?
No, our offices are in the county offices that are just down the street.
Down the street, okay. Our guest is Sarah Hacker, not even the District Attorney of Kings County,
Yeah.
but she will be here for 6 years as the District Attorney. Congratulations to you. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.